Okay, so for our first one, we see that P is a supplement of R. What does it mean to be supplementary? Yeah, Leah? 180. So that means we know that 180 minus our angle that we have, which is 164 degrees, equals what value? What'd you say? 63? Double check real quick your math. 16. 16 degrees, yep. Okay, our second one, we see that we have two angles. These two angles we call what? What's this relationship when you have two angles that lie next to each other?
Supplementary angle.
They are supplementary, and we know they're supplementary because they are linear pairs. Nice job. So we know they're linear pairs, means they're supplementary, and we know if they're supplementary, Aaliyah just told us they add up to 180. So I can take my 2x plus 117 plus x, set it equal to 180 degrees. When I do this, I get 3x plus 117 equals 180. I need to get my x by itself. What is my first step? Yep. Subtract over 117. What did you get with it? We get 63. And we have 3x. We need to get x by itself. How do I get x by itself now? We're going to divide each side by 3. I get x equals 21 degrees. Okay, our next one, we see that we have a quadrilateral that has 3 angles known, and we are searching for the unknown angle. What is the sum of the interior of a quadrilateral? 360. Very nice. So what we want to do is we're going to add up the 3 angles we have. So I have 100 plus 85 plus 95. When I add those up, yep, 95. So what do we get? 280. Okay, so we have 360. I'm going to move it over here. So we have 360 degrees minus 280 degrees gives me what value? 80 degrees. Nice job. Ooh, I circled weird. Let's do it one more time. We have a similar situation here. We have 3 known angles, 1 unknown angle. We're solving for the unknown. It's a quadrilateral. We know the sum of the interior of quadrilateral angles is 360. We know what the ones with the corners are. What does that mean with that box in our corner? Equals 90. Yep, that means there's a right angle. So we want to add up 72 plus 90 plus 90. So we end up with 180 plus 72. $252. 360 minus 252 degrees. 108 degrees. Nice teamwork. And our last one. We have 3 unknown angles of the exact same value. So we have x plus x plus x plus 165 equals 360. We can combine all of our x's to be 3x plus 165 equals 360. How do I get the x by itself?
Divide.
We gotta subtract first, so subtract 165. I know this is pretty low. I'm going to bring it up to the side. So I end up with 3x equals 360 minus 165. 195. We're going to divide over by 3 now to isolate that x. X equals 65. Nice job, everybody. Our first one is a parallelogram, is a quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So we can see that here. Remember, we draw a parallel with arrows. So we see that those 2 sides are parallel and these 2 sides are parallel. We also have a theorem here. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite sides are congruent. So we know that the parallel sides here are congruent. Parallel sides here are congruent. We know its opposite angles are congruent. I can draw that by putting these arcs in. We have that consecutive angles are supplementary. what does it mean to be supplementary again? Thank you. So it's going to add up to 180. And then we know that, what does it mean to be consecutive? So consecutive, remember consecutive days of the week? So they're right next to each other, right? So if we put these in here, we'd have X, Y, Y, X. Consecutive angles, X plus Y is going to equal 180. And then the diagonals bisect each other. I'm going to put the diagonals into that second picture. I'll change my color. Imagine that is perfect. Okay, what does it mean to bisect? Takes in two, and our parts that splits are going to be congruent.